So we're going to be trying this one, the Discover Sweden Bush Trip. I downloaded a couple of updates. I think I downloaded 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we've got a bunch more bush trips now. But yeah, we're going to start by doing this one, Discover Sweden. I thought this would be a good one to do. Yeah, we're going to be using the Diamond Aircraft DA40NG. Never used this thing before. So who knows, it might be absolutely horrible to use. And there's no way of knowing. It says continue, but I haven't even started it, so I don't know why it says that. Let's get started. So this is the place we're going. We're going from Malmo, along the coast up north, and then we're crossing over a massive lake in the middle, and then heading up to Stockholm, Sweden. Cool. There we go. So this is our plane for the day. Ooh, look at this. We got ourselves a little screen and everything. Huh, that's weird. Your journey begins at Stockholm Arlanda Airport. So hang on, on the loading screen it says our departure was down there at Malmo, and then we're going to Sweden. But according to this, we're going from Sweden. That's a bit weird. We gotta look at our controls and stuff and make sure we understand what we're looking at here. So we've got airspeed up there. This is our GPS right there. So we're looking at 184. So that means we are probably on 19L. We're on 19 left. So let's see. 19 left. Okay, cool. So we're like right there at the moment. So yeah, we need to go south, and then we need to take a slight left turn to 167 heading. It does look like this thing's got autopilot. You got the heading lock, and then you've got flight director and autopilot there. So we could use autopilot. Altitude hold mode. I like the look of that. Wow, yeah, this is really good. This is going to be a good plane to fly, I think, because all we do is we take off, select our altitude at what 5,000 or something like that. We'll try 5,000. So you can see on our left screen here it's changing, and then our heading we're going to want 167. Let's go. I've never flown this plane before. I don't know the speeds we should be at. Let's discover Sweden. Okay, let's try and take off around 70. Actually, it looks like it goes a little bit slower than our previous plane, because our previous one was that little yellow one that could do about 180, whereas this one looks like it struggles at about 160. So this is a little slower, but we do have autopilot on this thing, so we're going to turn autopilot on as soon as we can, really. Where's autopilot again? There it is. Autopilot on. So it says left click to lock, but I click it and that just does that. Nav mode. Oh, there you go. Look, this is the autopilot working on it. See that? It turned us automatically to follow the line. Oh, this is going to be great. I don't have to think about anything. The game's doing it for me. I don't even have to fly this thing. I'm just going to work out the altitude now. See, look, altitude, selected altitude, 1,500. I don't know how to turn that on, so it automatically does that. Oh wait, altitude hold mode. There you go. Altitude hold mode is on. That's not doing anything. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, we're going to be looking around Sweden. So we've started out here in ESSA near Stockholm, and then we're going to be going south, doing a little loop over ESSB, and then heading all the way down here. And I don't know the airport where we have to land. We might have to land at ESSP. Cool. Your journey begins at Stockholm Arlanda Airport, just north of the Swedish capital. Lift into the air, set a course south for the re-owned Friends Arena. The Friends Arena? I thought that was an American TV show. Which lies just to north of Stockholm. Cool. That should take 7 minutes. From Friends Arena, aim southwest to the heart of Stockholm. Eventually you'll reach the Royal Swedish Opera. Oh, look at that. Oh, fancy. Got some very nice white seats here. Very comfortable. Yeah, look at this. We're in Stockholm, everyone. Got some nice looking buildings over there. Very nice looking. Ooh, look at that. We got a big dome. Looking very nice. Yeah, it looks a lot like the UK, I'll say. The only difference is the massive lakes that you've got everywhere. We don't have this many lakes and streams of water. There's a few, but I wouldn't say there's this many. Nice plane, even though I don't know how to fly it properly. Maybe eventually we'll work out how the altitude hold works. I kind of like this, you know. It kind of forces you to learn how to use other planes in the game, these bush trips, while giving you another mission of working out where you are and navigating and trying not to get lost. The next issue is this: landing. How on earth am I going to land? Because I don't know. I've got no clue how to land. So I think when we get over the top of this bit of water, okay, I think how we'll do it is we'll turn left a bit, and then we'll turn right at the end, because then it's like straight on. You see that? It's like a perfectly straight runway going that way. So when we get over the second patch of water, we'll actually, you know what? We'll go further to the left a bit more now. Why not? Because then if we're aiming over there to this little patch of water here, then all we'll have to do is head like a perfect west, and it should just be like there. I've also just noticed there's an actual map there on the right screen, so that's kind of useful. Kind of shows us where we are almost exactly. So that's great as well. Technically, we don't even need this map. Should we do that? Should we get rid of this map and just use that one? Because there's no point of having two maps. Alright, let's start turning right. So what do we want to go to? 270, was it? Bad 270. There it is. I see it. Okay. We did that a bit early, but that's okay. Let's turn off autopilot. We need to keep going left for a little bit. But there it is. We need to start descending as well, I think. Just a little bit. This is my first attempt ever at landing this plane, so hopefully this goes smoothly. I really hope so. I would say we do flaps 1 now, but I think we're okay. Oh, look at this. It's got the landing lights on the left. That's actually perfect. We're coming in very nicely for this landing here. Perfect. You got 2 red, 2 white. That's just what we want. Put our flaps on, and let's touch down. Alright, engine off. Nice. We did it! Awesome. Leg complete. Very cool. That was my first ever landing with that, and I'm very happy with it. Let's start the next leg. Should we just turn this map off? We don't really need it. If we've got this one here, down there, we don't need the map. So usually I would just click autopilot now, but I'm not going to do that yet. You know what as well? I'm almost certain that some of these places we're going to be flying over, we've actually been to in GeoGuessr, and that'd be so cool. So the altitude hold is correct. It's like, you go to a certain altitude, and then you click the button and it'll hold that one. Now I don't know how you would hold it again. I guess you'd turn it off and then you'd go to like a new altitude and then click hold altitude there, and then that would keep it at that, I'd guess. Should we have a little look around on the outside camera? I think we will. I haven't even seen what my plane looks like yet. There you go. This is our little plane. Oh, it's a lot stubbier than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be a little bit longer. But no, it's a little stubby boy. It's our little boyo. Quite a large wingspan for a small plane, but I like that. I like the long wings. You can always tell the power of an aircraft by the size of its wings. The bigger the wings, the better. We're just heading over Jonkoping now, which it says is the 5th most populated city in Sweden. So here you go. You know what I've thought? Like, we've got a flying simulator. We've got truck simulator. What about boat simulator? Could be like a sailing. Like, you know, either like a little sailing boat with like the winds and stuff, or you could get like a massive barge, a canal boat. You could go on cruise boats, like cruise ships. Could be cool. Fishing boats. Oh, I've just noticed. Okay, so we've done this one. We've just gone over Jonkoping. Now we'll pass over Boxholm, which requires us to go a slightly different one. So you see, look, we're going slightly off the line a bit. So we're going to go to 229 for our little switch there. There you go. It's a little right heading, right turn. 229. We're on this one, which should take us around 9 minutes. There you go. You can see our little thing down there. I like that little map screen. I'm not using it much at the moment, but it's good. I always find it so cool when I see just some random guy on Twitch playing one of the charts that I've done. And I can always tell because you can see the background image. I know it from the background image that it's me who charted it. Yeah, I mentioned this the other week as well, right? It's so mad, right? You'll go on, like, on Twitch and you'll look at the thumbnail of people who are streaming on Twitch at the moment, and you'll be able to tell just by the pattern of the notes what song they're playing. I wonder if I can do that right now. If these auto-played on here, like when I hovered over them, then I'd be able to tell, but I can't because it doesn't autoplay. On my phone it will autoplay. The second largest lake in the country, this is. Absolutely massive. And I can't remember the name of that lake which we crossed, but it was so nice. It was so nice. There's like a big winding road that goes around the one side, or unless it's the whole thing, and there's like a little town there, and you get like loads of like little people who have like dockyards at the back of their house, and they all own boats and stuff, and they'll go out into the lake, and there's like these sort of like North American pine trees and stuff all over the place. It's like the dream. That is the dream. How's it going, Gamer John? How are you doing? Hope things are well. We're doing some flying in Flight Simulator today, exploring Sweden. So we're there. We gotta turn left. We gotta turn like a strong left. There you go. So it wants us to go at 191. There we go. Go to 190 because we've just about gone past it. Oh yeah, let's try and do that thing like I said we were going to do with Clone Hero. Okay. The more I look at this, the more I'll recognise. See, like this little autoplay on Twitch. I like to guess what songs people are playing just based on that. Even with the audio, you have no idea? Okay. In that case, that's fine. Most songs I'll know. Alright, what about the next one down? Tori Zavi. Shepherd of Fire. Tori Zavi is playing Shepherd of Fire by Avenged Sevenfold. That is definitely Shepherd of Fire, 100%. You see what I mean? Like, I just need to look at the notes and I instantly know what other people are playing. It's great. They're playing Shepherd of Fire by Avenged Sevenfold, released in 2013. I'll do that sometimes. If I'm looking for people to watch on Twitch, I'll like watch the preview for a few seconds just to see if I recognise the song. Most of the time it's Metallica, but I find it funny that I can work it out. Oh dear. Yeah, Lux Aetona is a decent song. It's alright. I think, yeah, Metallica are great, but eventually it's going to get to the point where people will just say it's old. Metallica is old people music, boomer music. It already is a tiny bit, but Avenged Sevenfold is probably the next big one. It's either Avenged or like Trivium, but I think Trivium don't go to the mainstream. Trivium are good, but they don't appeal to the mainstream as much. They're not as catchy. They haven't got as many radio songs as, let's say, Avenged Sevenfold. Also, the problem is that Avenged Sevenfold haven't released an album since 2016. It's now 2023. So, you know, should probably release something new. Oh no, we gotta land here. I'm an actual dingus. Okay. It's literally right here, because we're a little bit high up, you see? We got the 4 white lights. Gonna really push ourselves down a bit. Just got to land here. Jonkoping Airport screaming at me. It doesn't like it. It's a little bit out in the middle of nowhere. And at least I think we have to land here. It says 19, whereas that one's 01. So I don't know. Okay, nice. We landed. Whoa. Okay, I think we're okay. At least I hope this is right. Yes, there we go. Leg complete. So, the first heading is 272. So let's adjust our heading. See, on this little right screen, you can see the heading with the dotted line, you see? Alright, let's go. So we take off, do an immediate right turn, and we're off. Look at that, the plane wants to take off on its own stall. We're not stalling. Okay, there we go. I think I've worked it out then. Because, yeah, look, it's now going downwards to 2,500, so we're travelling slightly down. So I think, yeah, it's all to do with the autopilot. You select the heading, not the heading, you select the altitude based on the altitude hold switch. It'll then stick to that if you've got autopilot on. So yeah, TLDR, I think Avenged Sevenfold will eventually be the band that people just listen to. But I think if they don't release any new music soon, they're going to be missing out on that big opportunity. So that was Jonkoping Airport. It didn't feel like Jonkoping Airport. It feels kind of like an airport just in the middle of nowhere. You know, I felt like, I don't know, I feel like Jonkoping Airport should probably be like a bigger one. It doesn't feel like it was that big. I think if humans are ever going to survive for the next, like, 500,000 years, we've got to make our cities, like, in a massive building. Like a massive concrete, hardcore structure that's never going to break. And we need to just build our civilization in the clouds. Because with the rising water levels and stuff, there's no way we're going to survive. Either that or we all move to the mountains. But realistically, I think the best way of human survival is to build a massive structure that's the size of a city and just build it upwards. Not like a little building, but just a massive concrete structure that's pure concrete. Like a massive, like, road that isn't just, like, you know, hollow underneath or whatever, just up, solid concrete upward. But that's not for us to decide. It's for future generations. Oh yeah, I started season 3 of Pokemon now. I'm officially on season 3. We've got the do 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 song, Johto League, and I watched the finale of the Orange Island series yesterday, and that was really good actually, not gonna lie. He has like this big 2-episode long battle with all of his Pokemon, like the first 6 Pokemon battle with like Pomelo or whatever, the leader of the Orange League, and he wins, actually wins. Can you believe that? So good on him. He's the Orange League champion. We got Brock back, and I really like Brock. Brock's one of the best characters. I have to say though, Team Rocket, I like probably some of my favourite characters. If I'm not gonna lie, I really like Team Rocket. Sure, they're the bad guys, but I like how comedic they are. From Laram, so this is the town of Laram right here. Fly to the southwest of to Gothenburg, the second largest city. Nice. That must be Gothenburg over there then. We're not far away. 8 minutes away from the airport. It's a lot smaller than you'd expect, right, Sweden? Like, we're flying from major city to major city really quickly, I feel. By the looks of the line, it looks like we go up here and then do like a hard left. So we just do like a flyover of Gothenburg, and then we kind of go and land over there somewhere. Looks like some interesting buildings over here. One of the Melodeth cities. So here we go. This is the city of Gothenburg. I don't know what that building is. Yeah, this is it. This is literally it right here. So I say what we do now is we should probably turn off autopilot. Yeah, altitude mode automatically turns itself off then. So that's cool, but I'll turn it off anyway. I'm going to lower our power a little bit because we've got to land on this airport. It says 21 on it, which means the airport is at 210. What's this? Is it like a little building? Strange little building there. Alright, next level of flaps. Going to lower our speed all the way now. 0 engine. And there we go. Nice little landing. Nice. So on our little map, you can see we've just come from this angle. We went down the river a little bit, and then we did a really sharp turn going that way and landed just here. So now we need to take off and land. Well, not land, and just work our way up that way. Okay, I think we can take off now. Let's pull back. It looks like we've gone all the way from like just north of Stockholm, like somewhere up here maybe, all the way down this way. This is that big lake that we crossed. Do you remember that? That said it was the biggest, like the second biggest lake in the entire country. So we've crossed this. We did that not long ago. And then we went down here to Gothenburg and landed at the airport, which is just over here somewhere. And now we're heading south down the coastline. So yeah, we're almost done. I think literally it's just head south to Malmo now. I'm surprised. Like, it feels like a really small country. I feel like, you know, we've crossed this entire country like in no time at all. Like the southern part anyway, but the northern part is I think where it's going to get a bit more remote. How many trees are there in Sweden? Should we start counting them? No, lost count. There's too many. How's that for a new name for a song? There are too many trees in Sweden. That sounds like an alternative rock, like punk song. Maybe even like a math rock song. I think math rock would suit it more. They always do that, right? Math rock artists and songs, right? They'll always like have a really long and weird name. It's the same with like Dance Gavin Dance style stuff. Like there's Dance Going Dance song called Me and Zoloft Get Along Just Fine. That's like the most math rock thing I think I've ever heard. I think it'd be really nice to live down here. Just like in this little house there. Look, you've got the main road there, you've got the water, you've got the coastline over there, you've got a big mountain with trees on it, you've got open fields. It's a great place, this. I would happily live here. As long as there's good internet here, I would live here. It would then be a point of your hard drive being the issue, of being too slow. Like, what happens if you have that, right? Is that an issue? Like, you're trying to download a file, right? And it's so big, but you start downloading it, you've got, like, gigabit internet, yet your hard drive is, like, a really slow, like, 2,000 RPM from, like, the year 1994, something like that, and you're trying to download it onto that. How would that work? Would it just get overloaded and just break? Or, like, how would that work? What happens if the hard drive is the bottleneck for the internet speed? Just go at the hard drive speed, right? So it just won't download it fast, it'll download it slowly. So my guess is that this place just ahead, this little town just in front of us, is probably the Falkenberg. That's my assumption right here. Looks nice, Falkenberg. Right on the coast, it's like a nice coastline city. Yeah, here it is. You can see the marker change on the map. But yeah, when we do another one, what would you like to see us do next? Because we've got all sorts. We've got an Icelandic trip, we've got a Norway trip, we've got a Finland trip, Denmark trip, we've got all sorts. We've got France, so like you start in Bordeaux and you go down to Nice, and then you go west and cross over the mountains between France and Spain, as well as Andorra. You've then got one which is all South America, so like Brazil, Peru, that sort of area, maybe Argentina, all the way to the cold areas, down in the far south. There is a Balkans trip, so if there's anything in particular you'd like, just let me know. Oh, this is it. This is literally it right here, you see it? Couldn't be any clearer. Okay, let's turn on off autopilot and altitude hold. You see that? It's literally right here. Let's try flaps. Flaps 1. It's not going to like it because we are going really fast. Might scream at me for auto speed. Okay, nice. Perfect altitude now. The engine's screaming at me because it's like, you're too close to the ground. And very nice. Denmark? We could do Denmark. I'm pretty sure that's quite a short one. From Halmstad, fly southwest 26 nautical miles over the open water to Kullen Lighthouse, one of the most powerful in Scandinavia. Okay, so flying over a big, huge chunk of water. It's been a nifty little plane, this. That's how I would explain this to anyone. Nifty. It's not the easiest plane to fly with all the autopilot buttons and stuff. It's a bit weird to understand and work out. But overall, it's a nifty little thing. You know, it does what you want it to do. It flies really nicely. I haven't had a trouble landing. I haven't crashed. We haven't died. You know, it's been pretty straightforward. So I'm guessing this is the coast. This has got to be the coast. It's not going to be just some random lake or whatever. We're on the eastern coast, I believe. Yeah, I don't think you can do this in Flight Simulator X, right? Look at this. You can just swap seats if you want. If I wanted to sit in the right seat, I could do that. I could even go all the way back into the passenger seat here. I didn't even realise I could do that. There you go. I just climb over into the back. No one's piloting at the moment. We're just taking a look around. Oh, look at that. You got some binders here with like the instruction manuals and stuff. Got a little fire extinguisher. You know what I think the next evolution would be for this sort of thing? I think it would be is that when you're at the airport, you have to go in like first person mode, and you can like walk with WASD and actually physically get into the plane. And like, yeah, mid-flight you'll have like a hunger meter and like a toilet meter, you know? And like every now and then you'll have to like eat. Or if you're in like one of these smaller planes, you know, like a manual plane, like without autopilot, you'd have to land. I find it funny though, you can actually order, like in the big planes anyway, you can order like that tube that brings passengers onto the plane. You can order that when you're at an airport. You can get the catering team, you can get baggage on the job as well. You can get people to come and pick up the baggage and stuff. It's really cool, really immersive stuff. But like, if you think about it this way, right, like, it's not like perfect, right? Let's be honest. It isn't perfect. There are some graphical errors and some low-res pictures here and there, right? Look at that. That looks kind of low-res, that field. You know, if you really look closely, they're a bit blurry. But imagine what we could do in like 50 years' time, right? With new satellite imagery and the hardware of the future, You could, if you really wanted, make a first-person shooter set in the real world where you've got like one life, and you know, it'd be like a massive battle royale game, a worldwide battle royale. Everyone's on the same server, and the entire game lasts like a year. Because like, you got the motorway down there, the cars are perfectly tracking it. They understand that that is a road. They're able to use AI to work that out. I mean, if you look at it like even 30 years ago, if you told someone that in 2023 you'll be able to like play against 100 different people at the same time, they would just lose their mind. They wouldn't have any, like, they'd be like, nah, of course not, that's silly. And like, even with like games like Minecraft and like PlanetSide 2, they're able to have like thousands of people on a server at once, right? PlanetSide 2 is known for it. It's like a first-person shooter game that's like territories and like it's one massive war. You get like 3 teams and you have to push them back, but it's like a massively online multiplayer shooter. So like you can spend a day like pushing back the enemy, and then you'll wake up the next morning and you'll have taken all of that back. So we gotta go 170 now. The awesome bridge is what we're looking for next. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised in Euro Truck Sim that I may have gone over this. I think I have. Yeah, because that bit goes underground, doesn't it, there? What aircraft is this in? It's a diamond one. It's been a tricky one to work out, this plane. With the autopilot and the heading. I still don't really know how the, not even the heading, what is it, the altitude. The altitude hold has been a bit confusing to me. So what I think, and how it works, I think, you select the altitude with this, and then you press altitude hold, and then you have to press autopilot on. So yeah, altitude hold there, autopilot on, and then it should stick you to that altitude, I think. But I'm not sure. Because when we first started, we couldn't figure it out. Well, that's my engine off all the way, whoops. Spam the A button, put it on a little bit, whoops. It's okay, we're doing alright. Let's do flaps 3 now. Engine down a little bit. Just land. There we go, look at that. Perfectly in the centre line as well. Very nice. Solid landing. That should be it then. Bush trip, next. We did it, yeah. Bush trip, back to main menu. The Bush trip menu. Look at that. Discover Sweden 100%. Oh, yeah. Nice. We did it. We did it. That's it. We finished. It has to load in the entire city. Great, here we go. Got to central London. There it is. Whoosh. I say we should we like fly around a little bit and then crash into it, or do we go straight in? I'm gonna try and fly through the middle. Here we go. Fly through the middle. Huh? Oh! Oh snap! We've got like really low frame rates, but you know what? I don't even care. We managed to go straight through the middle.